Does it seem like everyone around you is feeling, well, broke? Maybe you're right there with them. You're not imagining things. If you think being broke is just about not earning enough, these next 10 stats might completely destroy that belief. By the end of this video, you'll understand why even six-figure earners are stuck and why 2026 could be worse. This financial malaise in the US, but also throughout the developed world, isn't just a state of mind. It plays out in hard data, showing definitively that the struggle is real, even in the richest countries in the world. Here are 10 shocking money stats that keep people broke in 2026. Pause for a second. Does this already sound like someone you know? Living paycheck to paycheck means that by the time the next payday rolls around, pretty much all the money from the last payday is spent, leaving next to nothing for savings or emergency reserves. According to the 2025 PNC Financial Wellness Report, 67% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, up from 63% in 2024. And if you think this is a problem exclusive to the working class, you might be shocked to learn that 38% of six-figure earners also live paycheck to paycheck. Hey, boat payments add up, and you have to keep up with the Joneses. America leads the pack, but this is a global problem, with an automatic data processing Inc. research study reporting 57% of workers globally living paycheck to paycheck. This is dangerous because millions of people are only one crisis away from financial ruin. And this is exactly why a small emergency can spiral into lifelong debt. And the crisis doesn't even have to be that big to be catastrophic, which leads us to our next stat. What kind of surprise could set you back $400? A cracked tooth? Worn-out brake pads? A broken laptop you need for work? An emergency room trip for your child? None of these crises are exactly black swan events. They could happen to anyone. $400 crises happen all the time. One will almost certainly happen to all of us at least once this year. So brace yourselves. According to the 2024 Federal Reserve Survey of Household Economics and Decision-Making, 37% of Americans cannot cover a $400 emergency. That means that for more than 1/3 of Americans, something that is almost certainly going to happen in 2026 will put them into serious financial hardship. They may have no way out of it except going into debt, which brings us to stat number 3. For Americans who can't cover an emergency, credit cards may be the only source of financing they have to fall back on. And with so many people living paycheck to paycheck, unable to absorb even a small setback, it should come as no surprise that credit card debt is at record highs. According to the New York Fed, that staggering $1.2 trillion figure, higher than the GDP of Mexico, is up 6% since 2024 and almost doubled from 20 years ago. To make matters worse, interest rates on that debt have risen to back-breaking levels, 23% APR on average. The mathematics of that debt makes it almost impossible to get out from under. But it isn't just credit card debt keeping people broke. According to the US Department of Housing and Urban Development, a renter is considered cost-burdened when over 30% of their income is consumed by rent and utilities. This makes it nearly impossible for the renter to save, pay down debt, and invest in their future. It also leaves them perilously vulnerable to rent increases. Well, according to a 2025 report from the Harvard Joint Center for Housing Studies, 50% of American renters fit that definition of cost-burdened. That's 22.6 million cost-burdened households, up from 20.4 million households in 2019 and only 14.8 million households in 2001. Moreover, Harvard found that 27% of renting households met the HUD definition of severely cost-burdened by rent. meaning 50% of their income goes to rent, putting even more pressure on their budget for necessities and savings. And if this has you longing for the bliss of homeownership, don't count your chickens yet, because the homeownership situation is dire as well. Median mortgage payments in the US are up 86% since 2019. This housing market gut punch came courtesy of spiraling home prices and rising interest rates. Forget 30% of your income going to housing costs. Home ownership now consumes about 42% of the median income in housing costs, according to the National Low-Income Housing Coalition. The median household income in the US is $84,000. It used to be that if you made the median income, home ownership was at least in the cards. Now, according to data from Redfin, it takes a household income of about $117,000 to afford a home. This nearly 40% gap that means most workers will keep burning money on rent, shut out of the wealth-building home equity party. Even a good job isn't a guarantee. Why? Because of what people had to do to get those jobs. Specifically, our next stat. Student debt is nearly $1.7 trillion with 43 million borrowers. That's 1 in 6 American students, according to Federal Reserve data, carrying federal student debt that can't be forgiven in bankruptcy. Americans carry more student debt than credit card debt. The average balance is over $29,000, and some students have far more. The median time to pay off this debt is 18 to 20 years. This monthly drain of principal and interest prevents people from saving, investing, becoming homeowners, and starting families. It's a bet on a better lifestyle that has backfired for so many people that student loan forgiveness has become a political hot potato. And even the graduates who manage to get good jobs might find the commute busting their budget thanks to stat number 7. A car is a necessity, not a luxury, for nearly every American, but it's becoming a less affordable necessity every year. According to Edmunds, in late 2025, the average car payment soared to $748 a month, almost doubled in 10 years, and 1 in 5 Americans committed to a car payment of over $1,000 a month, the highest share ever. Worse, people are trying to lower their payments by stretching out their loan terms, with record numbers of car buyers agreeing to loan terms of 7 years or even longer. But this astronomically increases the amount of interest they pay over the term of the loan, without bringing them much relief on the payment at all. And here's the scary part. This only gets worse as you get older. Maybe some Americans will opt for a cheaper car, but they can't opt for a cheaper surgery if they need it, which brings us to stat number 8. Health is an inelastic demand. You might decide to skip a vacation or a home upgrade if you can't afford it this year. But what if you need an appendix surgery or cancer treatment? How can we put a price on our health? Without it, we have nothing. So we go to the doctor and hope for the best. Well, here's what hoping for the best has gotten Americans. 4 in 10 suffering under medical debt, according to the Kaiser Family Foundation Healthcare Debt Survey. Average balances range from $2,000 to $3,100. And the stress of this debt leads to more medical issues, which leads to more debt. And it doesn't get better as time goes on, it gets worse. The older you get, the more expensive it gets to stay healthy, which makes stat number 9 particularly scary. A quarter of Americans have saved $0 for retirement. These numbers don't mean you're bad with money. They mean the system never taught you how money actually works. I hope you're sitting down, because to retire comfortably in the US requires a nest egg of 1 million to 2.5 million on top of Social Security. Yet according to the Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances, 25% of Americans don't even have a single dollar set aside for retirement. Not in an IRA, not in a 401k, not even under a mattress. Maybe people are getting a late start. You would hope that number improves in the older demographics. Unfortunately, it doesn't improve by much. 20% of people over 50 still have no retirement savings. Worse, the median retirement savings for Americans in their 50s and 60s is $185,000. That's a decent amount of money, but far short of the $1 to $2.5 million they'll need. If something doesn't shift, millions of Americans will face a bleak picture for their retirement in just a few short years. If this all sounds like the consequences of bad choices and poor planning, it's worth considering that the failure lies in a lack of education, which brings us to our final stat. Americans get an F in financial literacy. The Teachers, Insurance and Annuity Association of America and the Global Financial Literacy Excellence Center perform financial literacy tests to assign populations a personal finance, or PFIN, index. Their most recent survey found that Americans got 49% of the questions right on their basic PFIN test. That's an F in any classroom. The lack of financial literacy is even more pronounced in the younger generation, with Gen Z respondents only getting 38% of the questions right. Basic personal finance isn't taught in schools. It's not just that many people make bad decisions. More than half of all Americans and nearly 2/3 of young Americans don't even know what good financial decisions look like. These aren't just abstract numbers. They represent hard realities for millions of people in America and beyond. This video may have been a hard watch because you might be feeling the pinch from one of these, or more than one, or even most of them. If that's the case, you're not alone. If you're willing, leave a comment about which of these stats hit home the hardest with you and why, and then look at the comments to see how many people are right there with you in the fight for financial betterment. Start by subscribing to the Sketching Finance channel to discover more entertaining, fact-based financial insights. We tell real-world stories of people who found their way out of circumstances that are probably worse than yours and into a place of financial freedom. We also share practical, visual learner-friendly strategies to start building your bridge to affluence and comfort. So subscribe to the channel, check out these videos to get you started, and ring the notification bell to get instant pings when we release a new video. If this was insightful, please like the video, and if you feel we could do a better job, feel free to dislike and leave your feedback in the comments down below. I am just looking for your honest opinion. As always, your support, in whatever form it may come, it means the world to me. See you in the next one.